All right, let's go. So day 7 at the office, and I need to create a landing page for Lee Summit. That's the city I'm in, and so this is Kansas City Tech, the website, and so I'm going to launch a Google Ads campaign that is specifically targeting the Lee Summit area, and so I need to create a landing page for that. Just one single page just for the Lee Summit area so that when people get to the page, all the information is available for them. They don't have to go anywhere else. They don't have to do anything else. Basically just call me. So I probably spent about 5 minutes, 10 minutes on it already. So what I've done is this particular theme I have, it doesn't have very good landing pages already built into it. So what I'm doing is just recycling one of the pages that are on here. And the reason why I'm not doing a screen share is this monitor's too big and it just wouldn't translate on YouTube. So I have another desk over here and I'm gonna get set up something so I can do more of these like screen share type things. So I just copied this page. This is the YS page and I'm just gonna use that as the template. So I was thinking about, using like for this YS page, I'm gonna replace this image here. But I wanted to replace it with something I was thinking, something like from the Lee Summit area. But then I really got to thinking, the thing that makes people want to like take action is an emotion. Emotions are what run us. Whenever I'm out meeting with a new client, what I'm trying to do is try to find out what their pain is. Pain. Because, whenever someone calls you, they're in pain. Like if your refrigerator breaks down, you're in pain. If your toilet breaks down, you're in pain. You're calling someone to help relieve that pain for you. And so what's the best thing to do is to capture some pain on the website itself so that whenever they're actually hitting the site, instead of a smiling woman, they're gonna see someone that's pissed, and that's gonna be the same state that they're in, is pissed off as well. And so I've already done, you probably can't see this, but I've already done a little bit, everything's about SEO. So right up at the top, IT support and small business computer repair, IT support, Lee Summit, computer repair, server support network. So I am a managed IT service provider, but the thing is that I already know most companies, they don't know to call it managed IT service. They just don't know. It's like, my computer's broken, computer repair. Okay, let me search for that. So now that I'm even saying that, I actually might create a couple of these different landing pages, one for computer repair, one for IT support, but this is the one that I'm gonna use for the most because for small business, and that's what I'm like, I don't do home stuff, so most small businesses know to search for IT support as opposed to computer repair. So I'm just gonna go through that process right here. Hopefully this camera doesn't die. If it does, whatever. So a couple of words in here already that, because we're going for SEO. We're going for those keywords that people are looking for. So what I'm working on right now is just trying to find an image that encapsulates somebody being pissed off instead of somebody being happy. And so I've already found out what the dimensions are for this image and I've replicated it over here already. That's not the image that I'm gonna use. So I use and I recommend Envato. So it's $200 for the whole year. And you get, it's pretty much everything. WordPress themes, WordPress plugins, sound effects, videos, images, fonts. They've pretty much got everything you could possibly need to get started. So I'm just gonna go through here and try to find a good image that encapsulates someone being pissed off at their computer, because that's kind of like the vibe that I'm trying to get whenever the person gets on this page. They're in frustration, they're pissed off, they're mad. I wanna encapsulate that in an image so that they know that they're at the right place. The only problem is that some of these images like this right here with this guy, see, whenever I bring it over to here and then I zoom it in, it just isn't gonna work. Maybe that would work, but I don't know. I wanna actually have the computer in there as well. So I'm looking for somewhat of a wide image or an image that, where it shows the person further back perspective so that we can kind of get more of the background into the shot as well. And so just going through here, try to find like the right one where someone's pissed off at their computer. because that's what you're looking for. You want to encapsulate, like you want to encapsulate an emotion. And so here's kind of one I was talking about where we get a little bit of background in there. So see right there, a little bit pissed off. You can tell it's the computer. That one might be okay. And let's see here. Just keep looking through, see if I can find one here. Because what I'm looking for is most younger people kind of know how to use computers and troubleshoot stuff and play around, but some of the older generation does not. They don't even want to fool with it. They're just going to call somebody. And I mean, when they call, they just going to hand the keys over to you and say, hey, here you go. So that's actually kind of a long one, but not really digging that one. But just looking for somebody that's pissed off. And if you don't want to watch me go through this, you can just skip by this until you actually see that we've landed on something over here. I mean, that one would actually be okay, but... Alright, so that's a good one right there. Well, so he's pissed. Okay, I gotta click on that right there. Lock it in. Alright, now I can drag over. And I'm just previewing these, so if I find one that I like, I just have to click on download. So I'm not really feeling that. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video right here and come back as soon as I find an image so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch me go through all these different pages. Alright, so getting back to this. So I'm going to go ahead and save this right here and, geez. Alright, I don't want to update that. No way. No, alright. So let's do this here. First save it. And so what I'm going to do is everything is SEO'd. Everything needs to be SEO'd, including all of your titles for your image, like the file names, because that's all searchable in the Google like images. So IT support, computer repair is what I'm actually going to call this. So, and also normally whenever people start like wanting IT support from you, they just they just basically just kind of go on and on and on and on and on. So I'm just going to minimize this here. All right, so yeah, see, ding 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 ding. It was running fine until the upgrade. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to try to just calm this here. Okay, so anyways. So, and also a lot of people, they lie to you. They tell you that they did stuff, but they didn't really. Like, I reinstalled Windows. Did you really though? Anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this right here. So we now have our image. And now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and export this to a JPEG. And so one of the things with SEO also is that you wanna bring this image file or the image size down. My sweet spot is about 50K. So that still leaves a little bit of the the quality of the image, but it makes it so that the file loads quickly, so that the user's not sitting around waiting for that file to load. So I'm just gonna come in here and try to find out where this image is here, so I can replace this image. And some of this stuff is kind of, let me actually bring up this right here. What about the hibernates? And so just real quick on her thing, she's saying that there's a bunch of stuff running in the background that shouldn't be, and if she just reinstalled Windows from scratch, there's really nothing that should be running in the background. So, whenever I'm helping people, like, I want to believe them and stuff, but like, I just can't, because I've been lied to too many times when it comes to IT stuff. Like, my favorite one is I already rebooted. Did you though? But did you really? Because I use a Terra and I can actually tell if someone rebooted or not. And I can't even tell you how many times that I checked a Terra and they did not reboot. So I'm not, whatever. All right, so what I'm doing right now is just going through the process to replace that photo. with this photo, and then we'll get on to the next step. All right, so right here, like I said earlier, SEO everything. You want all these keywords in here to, yeah, oh my God, she's not gonna stop. That's not the problem. I used to put it into sleep or hibernate at night and can't do that anymore because it won't wake up from that mode. All right, sorry, man. I'm done with that. I'm not answering back anymore. Sorry, guys. All right, so here we go. So computer repair, and so So what I'm gonna do here is Lee Summit IT support, computer repair. So I'm gonna copy this and put this down here in the title, and also put this down here in the description, so that this image is SEO'd. So just gonna update that, and then go back into this, and we'll come back and SEO this even further with a description and things of that nature. So now that we're done with that, so now we're off to, there we go. So I actually like that there. So what I'm gonna do is actually see if I can view that page. Yeah, so that's perfect. So that would be like kind of, this is the way I'm envisioning this, is that, you know, you're the owner of the company, and, you know, your admins are having problem, or your bookkeeper's having problem. Normally they're kind of a middle-aged woman, they're gonna look like this, and you don't wanna see your staff members in this pain. So you're gonna call me, boom. All right, so, because again, it's all about pain. That's, if you're in the service industry, all you need to be worried about is their pain. That's it. All right, so now the next thing is that I really like to have a call to action right down here, basically my telephone number, and then like some a blurb of text. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna duplicate this, and then this top one right here, I'm just gonna put in my phone number. And while I'm actually styling this here, so I'm a big proponent. So if you call that number, what you're gonna get is, and I welcome you to call that number. I'm not gonna pick up that phone. I'm not gonna pick up the call. What you're gonna hear is that you're gonna actually hear me going through a 3-minute speech about how, let me turn that sound off. All right. So what you're going to hear is you're going to hear a 3-minute speech from me asking you, are you a business? Do you have 3 or more employees? Are you looking for managed IT support? I'm trying to pre-screen and pre-sort these calls before they get to me, because even though, so I use the word small business in here, and I swear to you, nobody reads nothing. They're just going to call you. So whatever it is, if you're like offering muffler service, they're gonna call you and ask you about a muffler on their lawnmower or something. I mean, people don't read, so you're gonna get that, but you need all this like verbiage in here just for the search engines. So with this basically this hotline or this pre-recorded message, I'm gonna pre-screen all these people before they even reach me. So notice that we got kind of a weird style issue here. So let me see if something in here is making the style kind of funky. Let me see if there's maybe, let's see here. So no, it looks like, I'm not gonna trip out too much on that just yet. So got the number locked in right there. So call to action in that, I'm just trying to basically give somebody the ability, so as soon as they reach the page, if they just wanna call. They don't have to read anything further, because a lot of people are they're not gonna read anything. Dude, people are lazy. You ever heard that thing that you only got like a millisecond in order to, that person that reaches your page, if they can't find what they're looking for instantly, they're getting out of there. So when they get to this page and they see this lady in distress, and they're in distress, and there's the phone number, there's the city name, there's IT support in big letters, they're just gonna pick up the phone and call. They're not gonna jack around with reading or anything like that. And the thing is we're gonna put some more information in here so that for those who actually want to read about it, who want to be able to research it, or want to learn more, boom, there you go. So I'm lazy though, I'm feeling lazy today, and I'm not going to sit there and just, write up all this stuff all by myself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Chat GPT, and we're gonna use Gronk in order to write our website for us. So I don't know if, we'll just see how far we can get. I don't know if I actually have Yeah, we'll just stay logged out for right now. All right, perfect. So here's the kick-ass thing about AI. So right here, I would estimate that that's probably about 100 words, maybe 150. So I'm gonna tell Gronk to write a 150 word. And so what I would kind of describe that as is this is kind of like the pitch, the hook, I'm going to describe to you in a salesy pitch the services that we offer, and a little blurb about maybe why you should actually call in. So what I'm going to tell Gronk is, and we're just going to start this, is write 150 words for my MSP websites. So write 150 words from an MSP website that describes the services I offer for small business IT support, with a call to action to ask them to call me. Because it's just basically like, one thing about sales, whenever you're in sales, one of the things that they always beat into you, you've heard this kind of crap in the past, ABC, always be selling. And the thing is that honestly, you can agree with that or not agree with that. I more like the Sandler system, where you're just digging for pain. And then once you find out what the pain is, then you schedule a second appointment where you can go out and actually give your presentation, because that's the fun part. The first part is learning about the company. So so right here, it wrote it out for me. So what I'm gonna do is just come in here and just paste this in the way it is. And I'll read this off to you just to show you what it actually wrote for me. So at Kansas City Tech, we provide comprehensive IT support tailored for small businesses, ensuring your technology runs smoothly so you can focus on growth. Our services include proactive networking, robust security, and rapid response to IT issues to minimize downtime. We offer cloud management, data backup, and recovery to safeguard. So see, this is kind of like too much in the sense of like, I was wanting more along the lines of like computer repair and things of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna redefine this a little bit. So rewrite this with 100 words, and put more emphasis. If I know how to spell emphasis, shit, I probably don't. Put more emphasis on computer repair. Put more weight on computer repair. Okay, so at Kansas City Tech, we specialize in small business IT support with a focus on expert computer repair to keep your systems running smoothly. Our services include fast, reliable repairs for hardware and software issues, proactive networking, cybersecurity, and data backup solutions. We also provide cloud management and IT consulting tailored for your business needs. Our 24/7 help desk ensures quick response for any challenges, minimizing downtime. Don't let your computer department slow you down. So that's perfect. So the thing is that this is what we're running with today, but it's kind of one of those things where if I find that this verbiage doesn't work, I'll tweak it a little bit as time goes by, or just completely rewrite it. But what I like is that it has the word computer repair in here. So I'm just gonna modify this just a little bit for SEO, because I need to throw the word like Lee Summit in here a few times, just so that like the search engines are picking up on Lee Summit. It's gonna be, you're gonna have it in the title, you're gonna have it in the description, you're gonna have it in the heading, and you're also gonna have it in the body of the text. So the more times you can get your keywords into the site, the more that Google's gonna know that this is actually what you're after and what this page is actually about. So I'm just gonna fine tune this a little bit, and this is kind of important here. So at Kansas City Tech, we specialize in small business. So I'm gonna just go through and just make a few changes here. Just capitalize that and capitalize support. With a focus on expert computer repair. So All these keywords like computer repair, this is more for the actual person looking at the page. Whenever it's capitalized, they know this is basically this company focuses in on that. Our services include fast, reliable repairs for hardware and software issues, proactive network monitoring, cybersecurity, and data backup solutions, which provide cloud management. So the thing is that all this other stuff is cloud management and all that. And also, I don't know if I want to get too far into the woods with this whole 24/7 stuff. I am available 24/7 for like IT emergencies, but I don't like to like advertise that because people will abuse it. They'll just call you for stupid stuff on a Saturday. Like, I had a call yesterday. It was like, where do you back up my files to? And I'm like, we use OneDrive. We've been using OneDrive for like 5, 6, 7 years. Oh, well, our pictures are gone. Our files are gone. I'm like, okay, well, like, where do you store the files? Oh, well, they're on my phone. And it's my wife's phone. And pictures from 10 years ago are missing from my wife's phone. And they're saying they're just gone. Man, what can I do for that, dude? What can I do for that? Seriously. Yeah. All right. Don't let computer problems slow you down. Trust us to fix and maximize your. So there we go. We're just gonna put the phone number in there one time. What I'll do is call us because we already got the phone number in there. So one of the things that I hate, that's cringe to me, and girls say ick, is down here all this free space or all this like I hate that. What I like to do is fill out the whole thing. So let's see here if we can make this a little bit better or just add some text in here. Kansas Tech, we specialize in small business IT support with a focus on expert computer repair to keep your systems running smoothly. Our services include fast, reliable repairs for hardware and software issues, proactive network monitoring, cybersecurity. So what I'm going to do is because I don't have everything memorized for my whole life here, I'm going to just go through the process to just basically kind of look at the services that are already on the website, just to kind of give me an idea as to more text that I can use in here. So we can use stuff like cost effective, but we can put that in here just to fill this line out down here. We specialize in small business with a focus on experts with cost effective, we can try something like that. Cost effective, expert, let me put that in there. Cost effective, and see, we're filling this out down here so that we're getting more, not leaving that big. It's just my preference. At Kansas Tech, we specialize in small business IT support with a focus on cost-effective, expert computer repair to keep your systems running smoothly. Our services include fast, reliable repairs for hardware issues, software, proactive monitoring, cybersecurity backups, and don't let computer problems slow you down. Trust us to fix and optimize your technology. Your technology, call us and learn how we can support your small business. I don't really like having explanation points in copy, so Kansas Tech, we specialize in small business IT support with a focus on cost-effective, professional. We'll say professional instead of expert. Professional computer repair to keep your systems running smoothly. Our services include fast, reliable hardware and software, proactive network monitoring. See, and the thing is like network monitoring, people don't really care about network monitoring. So I'm going to change that to systems monitoring. Cybersecurity, email services, that's a big thing in small business is email. So Office 365 is also a big thing in small business support. So there we go. Now we fill this out a little bit. All right, Kansas City Tech, we specialize in small business IT support with a focus on cost. So I need to put the word Lee Summit in here somewhere though. So at Kansas City Tech, we specialize in small business IT support in Lee Summit. There we go. So Lee Summit is the name of the city. So again, we're trying to put that as many places as we can. Right up here, Lee Summit, IT support, and then we're going to have it down here, and also the page title, and I'm going to show you when we get to the SEO part. So, all right, so here we go. Kansas State Tech, we specialize in small business IT support in Lee Summit with a focus on cost-effective professional computer repair to keep your systems running smoothly. Our services include fast, reliable repairs for hardware and software issues, proactive systems monitoring, cybersecurity, Office 365 support, email services, and data backup solutions. Don't let your computer problems slow you down. Trust us to fix and optimize your business. Because if just a looky-loo is looking at this, I want them to know this is for business. This is not your printer's not working. Like, no, I'm not messing with that. All right, so trust to fix and optimize your business. I can say business assets right here. Business technology. I might come back to that one. I don't really like that. Trust us to fix and optimize your IT systems, or your computers and servers, or your business computers. Call us today and learn how we can support your small business. See, we already using the word small business right there, so that's the thing. Whenever you're writing copy, you have to kind of just sit here for a little bit until it just feels right, because you're trying to get squeeze as many keywords in here without it sounding weird. So one other thing that we can do is we can come into ChatGPT and we can tell ChatGPT to rewrite this with SEO in mind for computer repair and Lee's Summit. And then we'll paste that in. And so this right here is geared for, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read this real quick. So you see how they did like a title up here? I kind of like that. Computer repair and IT support in Lee Summit. Kansas State Tech, we specialize in computer repair and IT support for small business in Lee Summit. Our expert team offers cost-effective and professional solutions to keep your business running smoothly. Whether you're dealing with hardware, we can provide fast, reliable, minimize downtime. Our service included proactive. So don't let technical problems slow you down. Trust Kansas State Tech for all your computer. So I kind of like that actually. So let me see what that looks like though in here, just to see if that will actually mesh with this. And so I kind of like that actually. So because we're doing some bold here on some of these like keywords that we really want to focus on. So let me bring this back over here, and well shoot, let me do this. There we go. And so just real quick up here in the top, so kansascitytech.com/Lee's Summit IT support and business computer repair. So again, we're SEOing the site title, and then the same thing we're going to do later with the descriptions and all that stuff. So I don't like this, it's got like too much of white space right here, so we'll come back and clean that up here in just a moment. And we might add like a background to this so that the number is like, and the other thing we'll do is we'll put like a call to action so that if somebody's viewing this on their cell phone, they can just press that and it just automatically call me. So computer repair and IT support in the Summit. I don't know if we actually need the word Kansas City Tech in there. So, and the other thing is, it's just me. Not everyone cares about this stuff, but I do. I hate using these amber symbols where I like to just spell them out. So, computer repair and IT support in Lee Summit. And this is just more for the search engines and not so much for like people that are here. I'm just gonna put Missouri in here. So at Kansas City Tech, we specialize in computer repair, and I'm just gonna go through real quick and just capitalize a few things. And that's just for the reader. And so some of the stuff probably doesn't need to be in bold. So I'm just gonna unbold all this stuff. There we go. So at Kansas City Tech, we specialize in computer repair and IT support for small businesses. So we got this space down here that I don't like. So again, I'm a managed IT service provider, but most people don't know to call it that. So what I'm gonna do is at Kansas City Tech, we specialize in computer repair, IT support, and managed IT services for small businesses in Lee Summit. Our expert team offers cost-effective and professional solutions to keep your business running smoothly. Whether you're dealing with hardware or software issues, we provide fast, reliable repairs and minimize downtime while maximizing, I'm gonna change that, while maximizing productivity, while helping to and so we could change that back to maximize. Well, let me read it again. Reliable repairs to minimize downtime while helping to maximize productivity. And there's not a whole bunch of white space there, which is perfect. Our services include proactive, and we don't want to, I don't want to really lead with that, this proactive, because people aren't looking for that. They're looking for, my computer's broken, like, because that's what this page is really about. So, computer repair. And I don't know why we got some funky, like, maybe this is what, there we go. Because we got some kind of there's like a gap here that we're not seeing. So let me try this right here. So what I'm gonna do is copy. And there we go, got it. All right, so computer, and I'm just gonna move that up. Computer repair for all makes and models. Something like that. Let's see, computer repair. There we go. It's computer repair services for all makes and models. And I don't want to really get too much into like laptop repair, because laptop repair sucks. They call you up, they will call you up asking you to replace a screen on, like, you know, a 5-year-old HP, and you're like, I don't know about that, like, because then you have to source the part, and then you have to, like, it's just, it's a cluster. It is an absolute cluster doing all that stuff. And so sometimes whenever we're doing like a copy paste, whenever we're doing like bullet points, it kind of turns into a disaster. So let's see if we can actually do this without it getting stupid on us. So it wants to get stupid on us. Yikes. All right, so I'm gonna come back to that. I'm not gonna sit around on that and just stew on that for all day. I'll come back to that and fix that in just a moment. So don't let technical problems slow you down. Trust Kansas City Tech for all your computer repair and IT support needs. And I don't really like that. It's just a personal preference. You can do whatever you want, but I don't like it. Like, these words, cool, bold, but other than that, I don't like that. Don't let technical problems slow you down. Trust Kansas City Tech for all your computer repair and IT support needs in Lee Summit. Contact us today to learn how we can optimize your systems and help your your small business thrive. Like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish that. And so I'm just gonna, I do need to reorganize this a little bit so that the word computer repair is at the top here. Because again, most people aren't thinking, like, if they have a computer problem, they're not thinking about proactive monitoring. That's the last thing on their mind, is that. So, so what I'm gonna do is come in and see if there's a way that we can add like a, and I think I'm gonna have to come down here and do this. So I'm just gonna add, and then in here, we're just gonna add a button. And I'm gonna make that button really, really big so that so here's a button, here's a call to action. I'm just gonna see what that looks like. Nah, don't really want that. I just want a regular button. Okay, perfect. So I don't know if I have that little thing on here that will, I think it's called, let me search real quick. Because what I want to do is I don't know what that color is exactly up here. So I'm just going to go into the App Store and I think it's called, it's like a color picker, because that's really what we're looking for. There it is, color slurp, that's it. Alright, so gotta enter this password here. Alright, so come on, are you downloading? And so we're still running on Wi-Fi, or sorry, hotspot here in the office. So that's probably why it's taking its sweet time. So I'm gonna come back to that. All right, so just build this button down here, and I'm gonna try to slide it up here in just a moment. So click here, and what I'm gonna do is instead just put the telephone number in here. And so when it comes to the hyperlink, it's tel, colon, and then the number, and that will give you the hyperlink to call a number. And so you can't put tech in there, you have to spell out the number, so that's the number right there. And so the next thing is I'm just gonna make it bigger. And so I think I can probably just increase the text size to do that. And where is there we go. And so for this site, I'm using the Google fonts, and I really like this one that's called INTER. It just looks kind of cool, I like it. So we're just gonna make that a little bit bigger. And the next thing is I just need to make sure that it's centered, because it would look really goofy if it wasn't. So let's see if we can do that here. Okay, it's centered, and then we need to give it a little bit of space around the edges, and that'll be in the padding down here, I believe. Okay, perfect. And we'll just do 40. Then I'm gonna unlock it, and then I'm just gonna shrink the top and the bottom, just so that gives it more of the appearance of a button. Okay, so that's a good starting point right here. And so what I'm gonna do is to see if there's a way that I can copy this or just move this up to right in here. There we go. Okay, that's fine with me. So, and instead of, I don't wanna like destroy this whole this grid here, so I'm just gonna see if I can just delete that right there. Okay, perfect, that moves that into here. And unfortunately, it looks like it just duplicated it, so I have to restart that, which is no big deal. And I'm gonna do more of a call to action. I'm just gonna do call now and put the telephone number in here. And so one other thing is, if you want to be able to get because you're watching, this is really just a bunch of tips and tricks and stuff. So that number right there, tech at the end of it. So the way I got that is, if you go to this website right here, it's voip.ms, and just sign up. And once you sign up, you'll see that you can go in and you can order vanity numbers based on your area. And once you get a vanity number, it's probably going to cost you like $5 or $10 to sign up for that vanity number. But once you have that vanity number, you can port it to anywhere. You can port it to your cell phone. You can port it to Teams. You can port it anywhere you want. That number, that one that ends in tech, I purchased it here for like $5, and then just ported it over to Teams. And now I don't even think I pay a monthly fee for it. I have to have a Teams license for it, but I don't pay a monthly fee. So that's it right there. They offer toll-free vanity numbers, all that stuff. This is the spot to get a vanity number. And it's like super duper cheap to do it. And so just need to restyle this here. So I'm gonna go through that process. So I'm gonna pause the video right here because I just wanna check to see if it's still recording. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And that color picker it's now installed. So, and okay, now we gotta do some weird stuff here. There we go. Color slurp, that's the name of it. So let me put my password in here. Okay, perfect. So now that that's here, just gonna click on this to find out. Oh my gosh, come on. All right, there we go. Come on, let's get it. There we go. All right, so there's my color right there. And so I just need to come in and make sure that the background for this is correct. Okay, there we go. And then we're just gonna make that button bigger again. And I'm gonna make that text a little bit bigger too. So just gonna unlock that, do 25, 25. All right, perfect. And then gonna set this back to that font that I like. And let's say this is called Enter. And then I kind of like that right there, about that size, 30. That seems good to me. And then I'm just gonna publish that. And then just see what that looks like here. And again, I'm not going for like absolute perfection, because what I'm really going for is just quick, dirty, and easy. You get here, there's a lady, she's in distress, here's a number, click on that, boom, opens right up, calls the phone. That's what we're looking for. So, and again, the way I got that is that when it comes to the hyperlink, instead of doing HTTP, you're gonna do TEL : to tell it that it's a telephone number. All right, so I don't really like, I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of weird about white space. So I'm gonna try to remove some of this white space that's in here. And so let me see where that's coming from. There we go, right there. So the bottom has -30 and the top has 80. So let's get rid of some of the top, and that'll slide that up a little bit. So 65, and we'll just try that out. And again, this is just fine tuning. So it was here, and that just slid it up a little bit. That's perfect. So call to action right when you get there, and that's what we're looking for. A little blurb about what it's all about. And so with this theme that I have, there really aren't a lot of like options when it comes to like the different icons that are in here. So I'm gonna go check to see if we can maybe find a different icon or what they're gonna look like. Because let's do this also. We're gonna ask Gronk, what are the top 3 services businesses are looking for when calling for small business computer repair services, calling for small business computer repair services. So we'll ask AI, what are the top 3 things that businesses are searching for? Virus removal, data recovery, and on-site repair. So those are going to be, so here's one thing just to keep in mind if you're an MSP, and this is the gray area when it comes to trying to run Google ads on your website because of all the scams. Imagine this, imagine you're in India and you're a scammer, you're a bad actor, and you create a fake website in Kansas City and you're asking people to call you for remote IT support. And then as soon as you log into their computer, you take over and you commit some kind of a crime against them. So Google is really leery about you putting verbiage on your website like virus removal, remote support, any kind of thing that would like signify that you're gonna, operate some kind of a shiesty manner. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask Gronk for the top 5, just so maybe we can get a different one that's not virus related. We might just reword it or something. Yeah, virus removal. The other thing is network setup and all that. That's another one that's like, it's a little bit shady when it comes to MSPs because bad actors can run ads asking for network setup, and then they own your network. I mean, pretty much. So let's just pick one here. So we'll start with this one because again we're going for SEO. So we're gonna do computer repair. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So that's about 40 words. All right. So we're gonna tell, and so we'll tell ChatGPT to write 40 words about computer repair for my MSP website. Okay, so I don't like that whole thing where they start with at Kansas City Tech, we provide, so we can just skip that whole at Kansas City Tech thing because we've already said that. We don't want to beat that horse over and over again. So I'm just going to drop this in here, and it looks like it's way more words than I actually wanted. So we'll scale this back a little bit here. All right, so we provide reliable computer repair services tailored to meet the needs of small business, from hardware malfunctions to software troubleshooting. Our experienced team ensures your systems are up and running quickly. All right, so we might be able just to get rid of that right there. We provide reliable computer repair services tailored. So I want to put the word Lee Summit in here more. Like, I swear I do. Like, Lee Summit, Lee Summit, Lee Summit, Lee Summit, Lee Summit, and like computer repair, IT service, managed IT, like over and over and over again. Because if it's on here 30 times, Google's gonna know that's what it's all about. All right, and so real quick, so computer repair, we're gonna see if we can find another icon that's kind of like that a little bit, that kind of signifies a little bit of computer repair, just something that's a gear or just something that looks a little bit like, okay, we'll try this here. Let's see. Okay, so that's a computer screen, and most people don't know what those, those different like symbols mean. So it's a computer screen. I'll go with that because we're kind of limited on that. So we provide reliable computer repair services tailored to the needs of your small business, tailored to the needs of your small business. Because again, people are calling for their needs. They don't care about anybody else's. From hardware malfunctions to software troubleshooting, our expert team ensures your systems are up and running quickly. Okay, I like that. So now what we need to do though is we need to make sure that all these other ones are going to be the same height as this. So I'm just going to ask Gronk, how many words is this? 31 words. All right, perfect. So 31 words long, and we know that the other one is going to be, so cybersecurity, Office 365, there we go. That's going to be another one that's just like, what's that saying, like, low-hanging fruit, if you will. So we're trying to get kind of the stuff that businesses really struggle with, and businesses really struggle with Office 365 support. So we're going to see if we can change that icon so be more in gear or in line with Office 365. So that one actually might be okay right there. So we'll just try this one here. Well, this one might be a little bit better. I don't know, let me try the other one here. I kind of like that one, so we're just gonna run with that one. Office 365 support. So I'm gonna tell Gronk, I'll tell Gronk to do it. Write 30 words, because the other one's 31. Write 31 words about Office 365 support for my MSP website. There we go, perfect. All right, so we're gonna go back in here, just paste this in. And when we get expert Office 365 support for small businesses, we handle migrations, troubleshooting, and security, ensuring seamless collaboration and productivity. Trust our MS for reliable, tailored. I don't like that whole trust our MSP for reliable. I don't like that last line there. So let's try to rewrite that last line. Expert Office 365 support for, because the thing is people are looking for buzzwords here. SharePoint, Outlook, things of that nature. So that's what I'm putting here, some buzzwords. Expert Office 365 support for small businesses. We handle setup, migration, troubleshooting, and security, ensuring seamless collaboration and productivity. SharePoint Online, Outlook, and we're going to get rid of this crap that's down here. SharePoint Online, Outlook, OneDrive. We'll actually do OneDrive first. OneDrive, Outlook, and Teams. And then we have to put, I want to fill that last line up a little bit. So expert Office 365 support for small businesses. We handle setup, migration, troubleshooting, and security, ensuring seamless collaboration and productivity between you and your staff or something like that. I don't know. SharePoint Online, OneDrive, Outlook, Teams, and like what's one more that's like a big one for Office 365? Like let's ask AI. Okay. Top 5 Office 365 apps. Okay, so kind of what I was talking about in one of my other videos, we've reached the limit on Gronk, so Gronk can go chill for a little bit, and we'll switch over to ChatGPT. Okay, so Teams, OneDrive, Outlook, so Word, Excel. We'll do that because those are buzzwords. Those are things that people know: Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of end it at that. So expert Office 365 support for small businesses. We handle setup, migration, troubleshooting, and security, ensuring seamless collaboration and productivity. SharePoint Online, OneDrive, Outlook, Teams. Tech support, something like that. All right, let's do that. All right, so expert Office 365 support for small business. We handle setup, migration, troubleshooting. I could say training because even though I don't do that, but I could say training in there. We offer Office 365 support for small business. We handle setup, migration, troubleshooting, and security, ensuring seamless collaboration and productivity. SharePoint Online, OneDrive, Outlook, Teams, Word, Excel, and Excel tech support, and Excel. And the thing is that I'm not real big into Excel tech support because people have these crazy like macros and all this crap that they want you to troubleshoot because it's not working. It's like, I'm not trying to do all that. So you need to find like a database administrator for all that crap. All right, so the last one is, so right now cybersecurity is a buzzword, but email is like a big one. So let me refresh this and see what we got so far here. Okay, so, because the thing is email is kind of accompanied, or it's a part of Office 365. So, but the thing is that I just kind of want to shy away from like cybersecurity and things of that nature, because normally if people are looking for IT support, they're really not looking for cybersecurity. They're just looking for IT support. So that's, I think what we'll do is we'll probably just do, because email is in here, and also data backups. But then again, people aren't really going to be calling around for that. So we'll just do email support. And we'll try to find an icon that reflects email if it's in here by chance. So that actually might be that kind of like send and receive kind of an icon. Let's see what else we have here. So that one looks pretty good too, but just still looking to see if there's like one that kind of looks like an email. No, and I'm trying to stay in these like these little small like that one looks pretty cool right there, but let me see what this one looks like. So question mark, but no, I don't really like that one. So let's try this cloud one because it says send and receive back and forth. We're only using that though for Office 365. So let me see if I can choose maybe a different one for Office 365. And a little lock in here, migration. And so we're using the word security. So, but the thing is, when people think about Office 365, they're not really thinking about security. They're thinking about more like Word and Excel and things of that nature. So let's try that one right there. Okay, so that one's decent. That might be the one, but I don't know. And Office 365. So kind of like that one too, where it's like, you know, everything's a check mark, everything's in the green, everything's good to go. And so one other thing is I want to check the color on this because I don't know if that's the color of the, let me see if we have that option here. So yeah, it looks like we're already possibly using the correct color. So let me get my color picker out here again. And sometimes you have to click on it a couple times. So no, it is not the correct color in there. So I'm gonna update this. And it's just the little small little things that it's, you don't have to be anal about all this stuff, but you know, I'm kind of the thought that, you know, if you're gonna do something in life, you have the option to either half-ass it or do it right, and I like to do it right, so. Okay, cool. So, and what it looks like is that now that we have this kind of maximized a little bit, we have all this white space down here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell, we're gonna use DeepSeek. And I think with DeepSeek, they force you to sign in. So let me refresh here. And we'll see if we can sign in with an account here. Yikes. So it's gonna ask for me to, I don't even know if I have Gmail on here. Let's see here. It forces you to sign in to use DeepSeek. Ah, crap. That's not gonna work. Ah, yikes. All right, so screw that for right now, just because the video, I don't have to go through all that. So what we'll do is we'll just ask ChatGPT to write 35 words about Exchange online email support for a MSP website. And we're gonna choose stay logged out. There we go. So it looks like it wrote it for us. We're just gonna paste this in here. So let's see what it says. Our Exchange Online email support services ensure seamless communication for your business, provide reliable setup, troubleshooting, migration, and security services, ensuring your email service is always up to date, secure, and running smoothly. It almost sounds like it's just like all this other stuff that's in here. So sometimes you get like repeats of like verbiage, and it's like, okay, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna change this to our Exchange, our Office 3, our Exchange, and SMTP email support services. All right, let's leave it that. Our Exchange and SMTP email support ensures seamless communication for your business, and we're just going to publish that and see what it looks like here. Okay, it filled that out pretty good over here. So, and again, that's probably not even going to get read because people are just going to be looking for computer repair, or you know, they're looking for the keyword that they're here for. They're not looking for a bunch of extra stuff. So again, IT support, lady in distress, call me. And so we're gonna put another call to action in here because we need to have a bunch of call to actions just listed through here, just so that if you scroll down a little bit, you find a buzzword, click. You scroll down a little bit, find a buzzword that you're looking for, click. That's what we're looking for. All right, so that all looks good so far. That looks good. This right here, probably gonna rewrite this, offline just to kind of clean this up a little bit, but it gives you and me, the over idea what it's gonna be. So right here, what we do, so this is another one where we can just leave this in here, honestly, because this is the other services that are offered here, what we do. So that's kind of what we really are. I mean, we're a virtual CIO. I mean, that's what Kansas City Tech is all about. So I kind of like all this stuff, empower your business to boost. So this is all stuff that I just copied from that other page, the White House page, over to this, so that some of this stuff is already in here correctly. So I do want to add, I'm just going to get rid of this right here because we don't need this anymore. And I don't know that we actually need that either. So let's go ahead and publish that. And I was wondering if that one call to action is going to be enough, because once you get down the page, you're going to have other options to call as well. So I think that that's pretty much really all I need to do for this page. If you do come to this page, and want to see it for yourself, I'll put a link in the description down at the bottom. And so this is just part one. I actually come in here on a Sunday to do this because either later today or on Monday, I'm going to begin the process to start Google Ads and point Google Ads to this page and this page alone, and just target only the Lee Summit area. And that's really the next step. That's on my to-do list, because the whole process, or the whole reason behind getting this office, was to first of all grow the business, and then secondly hire an employee. And I need to pick up, I'm just throwing this out here, I need to pick up about 2 to 3 new clients in order to really be comfortable with a new employee in here. Normally, whenever I pick up a new client, the first week or two, it's very, very busy and very, hectic with that client. Just trying to figure out, what they actually need, and, who they are and what they're all about, and who the nice people there are, who the people there are kind of panic a lot, and, the ones that are a little bit over the top. Just kind of getting a feel for, what's going on. Normally, whenever I take over a company, though, what I like to do is to get them nice and settled down, get the monitoring software on their computers, get to know them a little bit better behind the scenes, and kind of go from there. So 2 to 3 new clients, and I'm filling a chair that's behind me, and that's it. So I hope you liked the video. This is in a nutshell how to make a landing page for a service-related website, and using AI. A lot of people think that that's cheating, or that's they would never want to do that in a million years. But if you go out to ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or Grok, and you tell it to write however many words with SEO in mind, or for your specific city or your industry, it's going to spit you out something that's absolutely perfect for your website. Has all the buzzwords, all the keywords, and it might actually lead you down the road to open up new thoughts and possibilities and ideas for your website. So that's pretty much it. I'll leave a link to this at the bottom of this YouTube video, and I'll probably spend another, I don't know, once I end this video, I'll spend maybe another 15 minutes to an hour just really fine-tuning all the margins and all the white space, just so that it's to the point where I like it. And then on Monday, I'll shoot another video just outlining how I set up Google Ads for the least amount of money, for the most amount of clicks, and the most amount of possible calls. And then also this number here, because it's a little bit too long, I'm going to go through the process and I'm just going to call that number just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So let's do this here. And I would highly recommend that you all do this. Create a message like this to help pre-sort, pre-screen these clients before they reach you. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, even if it's just a couple seconds long, like just try to pre-screen them, like so that whenever they actually get to you, it's not just a looky-loo, it's not just somebody wanting to ask you 5,000 questions, it's someone that's already been pre-qualified. So here's what the message sounds like.
Thanks for calling Kansas City Tech. We're a managed IT service provider helping Kansas City businesses with computer help desk services, Office 365 support, server administration, email security, disaster recovery, and IT consulting. Before you're connected to someone that can help, I just have a couple of questions for you to ensure we can provide the level of service and support you're
Let's
looking for.
weed them out.
Is your company staffed with 3 or more employees?
Let's weed them out.
Are you looking to team up with a local IT service provider to assist with your technology needs? If the answer was yes to both of those questions, let's keep going. At Kansas City Tech, we believe that truly exceptional IT support goes beyond quick fixes. It's about building lasting partnerships that drive your business forward. That's why we don't offer one-time only tech support. Instead, we focus solely on recurring clients that we can grow with.
So that script was written by AI. So I gave AI kind of like the outline for what I wanted it to be, and let AI write it for me, and then I modified it, and then spit it back into AI, let it modify it some more, and just built it, kept going, kept going, kept going. I knew kind of like the topics, the subjects that I wanted to hit on, and I let AI write it out for me so that it's worded correctly. There was no, misspellings or just weird, like kind of like, weird things in there. I wanted to make sure that all the like grammar was correct, and you're using verbs and nouns and all that stuff in the correct form and fashion. So especially when you're in professional services, you want to make sure that your message is really on point and that there's no grammar, like you're not saying ain't and just crazy crap like that. So that's pretty much it. So this right here will be live and ready to go. It's already live on the website, but I'll leave a link so you can check it out, just to give you kind of some ideas as to what you might want to do for your area. So this is just the first one. So what I can now do is that I can replicate this for every city. I can just copy and paste this on my website for Independence, for Blue Springs, you just name it. Just all the cities that are around here, even in Kansas, Overland Park, Shawnee, Merriam, Leawood, every city, I can just copy, paste, and just change the name. Instead of the word Lee Summit, I can change that to Leawood and change this to Leawood. And so whenever somebody gets to this page, they think that this service is specifically designed just for their city, just for their hometown. So, and I'll probably end up going through and doing that. I have another website. It's managed. So I have a bunch of different websites. And so the truth of the matter is that the Kansas City Tech website is the one that's, and I actually forget what so what is that? It's managed IT Kansas City. I forgot what it actually is, but I have another website as well. I mean, I haven't been to it in a long time here. So Kansas City managed. So it's something like that. Managed IT service. It's not really long like that. KC, I think maybe. I forgot what it is. Managed IT service, KC. I don't know. Next video, I'll pull it up and show it to you. But on that website, it has all the different cities that are around here and a page specifically for each of those cities. So that's, it's just basically food for the search engines is really all it is. But what I found is that this website, because it's been around so long and it's my primary website, it's the one that shows up in the search engines. So if I just do a search in Google for IT support Kansas City, and so here's all of the sponsored stuff. So if I scroll down a little bit here, now maybe this is biased, I don't know, but I'm number 2 right now under IT Support Kansas City because my website has been around for so long. And I have a lot of really crafty little like tricks, if you will, for SEOing your website yourself. And maybe I'll make a video. I probably will make a video one of these days to show you how I did this, how you can get your little small-time website up in the search engines, all doing it by yourself. Now, it's not easy, but it is doable. So I'm just trying to see if maybe I can find the other one in here that I did. Nah, it's not in that list. So that's it. That's it for today's video. I'm gonna clean that page up, put a link in the bottom of this video to hit you up for this site, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. See ya.